And so here comes my favorite one, my main unit, Javelins. The Javelin skill swapping is a pretty complicated issue because of the options and your strengths and weaknesses. Now, here's what I'm talking about. So, on Javelins, you've got 3 abilities. You've got 1 Focus Fire, Dash, and a Hurl at tier 10. Now, the first thing, you will have to decide your abilities completely based on what your enemy has. So if your opponent is going to go a lot of skirmishers, you will definitely want raised shields. Now, as you can see, the raised shields reduces your range as well, which is a pretty big change from the last time. So what it will allow you to do is when you cannot dodge or are still dodging but will receive some damage, if you expect that, take it. So, however, if you intend to be more aggressive, so if you can match the skirmishers 1-to-1, definitely go with a combination of Rapid Shot and Hurl. So here we already have a Dash. Sadly, I found it to be a little useless. I mean, it has its uses. It makes you faster for a little bit, helps you dodge. Cavalry charges, kind of nice. Charge, who even gives charge javelins? But, you know, as weird as it might be, it could be a very crazy idea because you can still engage in melee and route out the enemy units. So that could be good. Raise Eagle, I think, could also be very well. But what I would like to go with is the next one being the Focus Fire, because the Focus Fire becomes very important in fighting if you are fighting head-to-head with a infantry unit. So you have 1 infantry on 1 infantry and you're supporting from the back. The Focus Fire type of ability, so Concentrated Fire, Focus Fire, as well as, where was the other one? Aim, Missile Dispersion, and the Suppress becomes quite important. So Suppress minus 25% reload time, plus 25% reload time. I do not think this is that good. I mean, if you really intend to fight, just if your job is going to be surprise the enemy skirmishers and win that javelin duel, that range duel at all costs, go ahead. But you should combine it with Hurl at all times because trilobates do not work with the shots. So that's a pretty important thing. Raise Eagle, if you intend to be a full-on buffer and nothing else, is what you should pick. So when it comes to your aiming, so your Focus Fire abilities, without further ado, if you intend to only fight the skirmishers, Suppress, and then take in, what's its name? Concentrated Fire if you are expecting to fight enemy infantry the most. This, I would say, is the best one. So my standard will be something like this. Let's see, I will swap the Rapid Shot with this. Yes, I would say this would be my standard fire in my standard build for Javelins. And the reason for that is this. Concentrated Fire gives me better ability to deal with enemy melee units, armored units. The Rapid Shot, well, reload time, you know, you combine that with any scenario, you are increasing your damage, per second. And Hurl allows you to duel against enemy skirmishers, hit enemy running units, cavalry, infantry, you name it. You can combine both of these to great effects. So that is why I would go with these. But when it comes to javelins, there's no set rules. It all depends on what you have and what your opponent has, and with the scenarios that I have just mentioned. So keep those in mind, and we'll see you next time.